What's going on, guys? Welcome to the third episode of Wolf Gets Wrecked. Before we get started today, I want to talk a little bit about a comment that we got on the first video by Ugur Tatli. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. I almost definitely did. Apologies. And what Ugur said is, "Congratulations, Wolfie, with your new channel. I've been looking forward to your content. I'm a European player who almost got the invitation to Worlds. I only need a top 32 at regionals, but I'm about to quit playing VGC because of random odds made by Smeargle. I don't even enjoy playing Pokemon anymore. What do you think about it? I would like to know your opinion." And I think this is good to talk about because this is an attitude and an opinion that I've seen quite a bit in VGC 2016, specifically in relation to Smeargle. For those of you who don't know or aren't totally sure why people are frustrated, the thing about Smeargle is it gets a move called Dark Void, which normally is Dark Rise exclusive move. It has an 80% chance of putting the opponent Pokemon to sleep, and it hits both Pokemon, so an 80% chance of each Pokemon going nap time. And people are frustrated because Smeargle learns this move, and in some past seasons it's been banned, some past seasons it hasn't, but they feel that with the combination of Dark Void and Moody, that the odds are just really unmanageable, and it makes Pokemon a very luck-based game. And so what I would recommend here is I'm thinking of doing a whole video series that I don't know, is the general theme will be how to improve at VGC, and this is something I'll elaborate more on in that series. But I think what's really important to realize is that Pokemon is a game of risk management, right? So yeah, you can click your buttons, you can play it mindlessly, but if you want to be the very best player that there is, you have to play it in a way that maximizes your odds. So when you're looking at a Pokemon like Smeargle, which the real reason people are frustrated is because it makes it hard to manage those odds, right? If they get a +2 evasion boost, you're kind of in trouble. Or if they get I don't know, a +2 speed boost and you don't have the adequate checks, you're in trouble. Or even if they just hit all their Dark Voids and you go to nap time, you go nap time for 3 turns, you're in trouble, right? That's kind of the theme here. But there's multiple ways of dealing with this problem, and so what I think is really easy to do is to kind of be Pokemon sucks. This game is I can't be consistent in this game. How could I be consistent in a game where I'm rolling dice every turn, every game I play Smeargle, right? And people are we want to ban, and whether or not Smeargle is going to get banned, I think you have to approach the problem a little differently. This is just my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. But I think what's more productive to do is to realize that what you're better off doing is looking at the game and saying, okay, Smeargle is going to exist and Moody is going to happen. How can I ensure myself against getting lucked out, getting bad RNG or whatever you want to call it? How can I build my team in a way that, or how can I build my team and in addition also play the team so that regardless of what Smeargle does, I still come out on top. And that's a really essential skill in Pokemon in general. The way that you because Pokemon has elements of luck, random elements involved in it, you're going to have games where you get weird chances. You get a critical hit, you get a rock slide flinch when you really need it, or it goes the other way. But the way that you become consistent at Pokemon, and I think what really separates the good players from the great, is the ability to manage those odds. The ability to look and to say, okay, yeah, I have a 95% chance of winning this turn, but what if this and this and this happens? How can I play so that in a few turns this doesn't happen? I think my dog is outside. Anyway, yeah. So that's just that's the rant. If you're interested, if you want to hear more of this, come in.
Can I talk to you one second?
Yeah, what's up?
What's your food situation? I haven't had lunch.
I had lunch a while ago.
Are you starving?
No, I'm not quite that hungry yet.
Okay. Anything going on?
No, just doing some YouTube.
Okay. All right. All right. I'll figure something out. Come on, Techie. Come on, Shadow. Come on. Come on, guys. You put the heat on if you're cold.
Okay, thanks, Mom.
Come on, Techie. Let's eat. Time to eat, Tucker. Let's go outside and eat. Come on, Techie. Come. Techie.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, sweetheart.
Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. That's that. So yeah, basically how are you gonna manage your odds? How are you gonna play better? If you're interested in hearing more of this, let me know in the comments because I would like to do a series about how to improve VGC, and probability management is a big one. So in short, Ugur, apologies again for the pronunciation of that, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend quitting. I would treat it more as an opportunity to say how can I become better? How can I learn to play better against Smeargle? I don't know, it's kind of a cheap excuse to me if you're gonna quit a game you love because of Smeargle. Smeargle, it's a pain, but you can beat it. Use Crobat. If you really hate Smeargle that much, use Crobat. Crobat, great Smeargle counter. So with that in mind, thank you for listening, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so I've gone ahead and this was probably too loud. Let me lower the volume on this real quick. There we go. We don't want to drown me out again. Okay, so I've gone ahead and raised our ranking a little bit. I'm up to 1611, and we're playing Marco, who's 1628 from Germany, 5 IV, 4 5 IV, level 1. I don't know what that means, Marco. I'm really sorry. Oh, speaking of Crobat, there's Crobat. So my Smeargle, which I don't have, is definitely in trouble. I mean, I don't like Xerneas. It's just a pain. This guy's got Xerneas. He's got Groudon, which is a pain for my Ferrothorn. He's got Metagross. He's got Kangaskhan. He's got Leopard, and he's got Crobat. So initially, this is a game normally versus Xerneas. I like the idea of having Thundurus because I don't often. Like, I'd like to set up Trick Room, but versus Leopard and Crobat, I'm not really going to have a safe shot at it because I don't have Mental Herb. So, Thundurus is going to be the first Pokemon I choose here. The fact that he has double Fake Out is a real pain. I don't like it at all. Which means I generally, in this situation, I'm going to be bringing Kyogre in the back to deal with that Groudon. I'm going to probably want Ferrothorn because it's kind of my only answer to Xerneas. And I'm going to need either Landorus or Mence up front. And normally, I'm tempted to bring Mence, but I think because of the Metagross, I'm actually going to want to bring my Landorus here. The reason behind that is that I really have, like, I like Landorus because he hits Groudon a little harder and he hits Metagross harder. He doesn't do as well versus Kangaskhan in my opinion, especially because Salamence can outspeed Kangaskhan, but despite that, I think I like Landorus here. I like U-Turn. Mence is, like, also a really solid choice, but in this specific situation, I generally use Mence because the substitute helps versus Smeargle when I'm playing Xerneas, but in this situation, because he doesn't have Follow Me or Redirection, I think I'm going to go with Landorus. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Good luck, Marco. Have fun. Let's see how this goes. So yeah, key threats in this game are definitely Xerneas and Groudon, and have to keep an eye on that Kang. He's got Metagross. I don't really know what it does, but it's a pain. But Metagross and Crobat and Leopard I'm going to treat as more support. So here's my double genies. They're my good friends. Leopard, Kanga. Ooh, okay. I'm super okay with that. One of my favorite things to do with this team is to lead Thundurus plus Intimidate versus Fake Out Pokemon. Turn 1, Protect Thundurus and switch in Ferrothorn. It doesn't always work. It's pretty good positioning because you reset your Intimidate, which is like really valuable. You also have the option of getting chip damage, and yeah, the real thing is just getting Intimidate out and getting Ferrothorn in for free. So this is I don't see a better move. I don't like to play mind games when it comes to Fake Out. Like sometimes you have to, and sometimes it's like if it's a high risk, high reward. But like in the best case scenario here, I Thunder Wave something, which I can just do next turn anyways. And in the worst case scenario, I lose my Thundurus or take like a lot of damage. So yeah, that's why Ferrothorn's coming in. Kangaskhan, choosing to hold the Kangaskhan Knight, not really sure why. I normally prefer Chocoberry Early Bird because it helps a lot more versus Smeargle. But you know, teach their own. Okay, Leopard goes Fake Out into Thundurus. Kang goes Fake Out into okay. Kang goes Fake Out into Ferrothorn. And you know, that's really something. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, okay. This is an interesting situation because my gut tells me, okay, Thunder Wave something, Leech Seed or Gyro Ball something, right? But the thing is that what I need to keep in mind is that I need Ferrothorn in this game because how else am I going to beat that Xerneas if he hasn't in the back? So I don't think my best play changes from Thunder Wave here. So I'm going to go ahead and Thunder Wave the Kangaskhan, and because I'm a scaredy cat, I think I'm going to get my Landorus back in. I need to preserve my freaking Ferrothorn, and yeah, I don't know. I definitely had a safe play with Leech Seed or Gyro Ball, but in this okay, so not perfect, but the fact that I get Landorus in and Intimidate off onto Groudon is also not bad at all. I don't know what Leopard will do. It would have been better if I named the Thunder Wave a Leopard, but that was my mistake for sure. Hopefully he'll go for like, I don't know, Taunt on something. That'd be fine. I don't really want to eat a Foul Play on anything, especially because I haven't been intimidated. So yeah, there's something to keep in mind. If he chose to Foul Play my Ferrothorn, that'd be really good for him here. But somehow I doubt that it's his most likely option, I should say. But yeah, that's that. What I need to be aware of now is the fact that I can get Encored into Thunder Wave here, which wouldn't be great. Encore. Oh, and that's exactly what happens, believe it or not. Heard it here first, folks. Okay, so Thundurus is Encored. I'm going to launch that Thunder Wave. And now I have a choice. So I can go Earthquake and do big damage. But I risk... Oh, this is a pain. The thing is, like, I don't really want to take a ton of damage on my... on my Landorus. So I'm going to go ahead and U-turn here. I get to scout out the Groudon's move. I need to get rid of this Leopard somehow. I reset my Intimidate, which I'm going to need later in the game, especially given that I haven't paralyzed the Kangaskhan yet. And so if his Groudon, pretty much regardless of what his Groudon does here, I'm going to be pretty tempted to bring in my Kyogre because I don't expect him... Okay, yeah. So I don't expect him to really go ahead and use maybe a Rock move, like, but a Ground move would be pretty ballsy. So okay, that was a lucky full para. That was probably a foul play, but it could have been something else. We see the sash, which isn't a huge surprise, but it's good to know, just in case. And my Landorus is gone. Now, okay, what we need to be aware of here is there's a pretty good chance, I think, that... oh, that's so annoying, actually. It's probably a roleplay leopard, right? Like, we saw Fake Out, we saw Encore. It's probably roleplay. Which just makes everything so much more annoying because I've been encored, so I can't even taunt the thing. Oh man, that sucks. Thankfully he's -1, but it doesn't really like help me here. And like if I could taunt, yeah, if I could just taunt, this would be very nice, but I can't taunt. So hopefully it's physical Groudon because then my Intimidate matters, but I doubt it somehow. Okay, and he reads that like a book. Okay, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so the fact that we see Precipice Blades gives me some heart because it means that if he has Eruption, it might not be the world's strongest Eruption. And I just like I can't in good conscience go for the Water Spout here. So I think I'm actually gonna Ice Beam. This is so silly. I need to get rid of this Leopard, but I also don't want to take a full power and like a bunch of full power Eruptions. I'm gonna Ice Beam the Groudon, which like it's a drag, but I don't know. Maybe okay, I don't know. I don't know if Eruption is... Yeah, I think roleplay that Eruption is his best move here. I'm getting another Intimidate off, so it doesn't really matter for Leopard unless it's Foul Play, but... Or, I mean, unless it's Sucker Punch, but... hopefully we can then Groudon in case he goes for Precipice Blades, but what I'm really afraid of here is roleplay Eruption. And it's Protect. Interesting. Okay, so I'm super okay with that. We're probably going to see... That was probably roleplay, because there's no other priority move. So now that I've learned that... I like my positioning. I was really fortunate that happened. So I have the option of going for the Earthquake here, but it doesn't KO Groudon in one shot, and I think because Groudon's intimidated, I think there's a good chance it switches out this turn. So I'm getting Thundurus back in, and I'm going U-turn on Leopard. So this is okay. So first of all, we see Kyogre switch out. So if Groudon switches out this turn, then that probably will imply that it's slower, like min speed. Like it will obviously imply that. So he goes Encore and fails into my Ice Beam. I'm gonna go ahead and use U-turn, which is interesting. So I guess he didn't go for a fire move here, right? Like what? I don't know what else. Like if he went for a fire move that was in a heavy rain, and he encored. So, oof. Do I risk it? No, I don't risk it. Because I am a man who is very safe. So Kyogre's coming back in. I really like Ferrothorn, and I don't want to just get rid of him right away. So Kyogre's back in. Okay, yeah. Like it was this poor guy. Sorry, Marco. That sucks, bro. Kang back in. Okay, Kang back in. Okay. Kyogre's not staying in here, I'll tell you that much. I'd like to get Intimidate back in. I'd also like to switch him into Kyogre into a Ferrothorn. I think what I'll do here is I'm going to go ahead and risk losing my Sash here and launch a Thunder Wave. Ooh, is that good though? Does he attack Kyogre? I don't know what he does. Groudon should be getting out of here. You know what? We're not... Yeah, okay, fine. We're risking it for the biscuit. Thundurus into Ferrothorn, Landorus in for Kyogre. Gives me pretty good mobility. This is just banking on the fact that he... No, I messed that one up. He fake outs the Kyogre, I think. Yeah. Oh well. Now, unless I'm much mistaken, his Groudon has stayed in here again, which is very interesting. Oh, I messed this one up. Maybe he goes Precipice Blades. I hope he goes Precipice Blades if he stays in. I think he might have... Okay, fake out. Okay, interesting. I hope... I don't know. Whenever you're playing with Ferrothorn, like, if they make a hard read and just, like, attack with their Groudon, like, Fire and Rain, like, it doesn't make any sense, but, like... I don't know. It would be very bad here. Okay, Rock Slide. So we've seen three of the four moves, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and say that we've seen Protect, even if I'm not sure if that's actually true. And yep, you see that big crit. Doesn't really matter here. His Groudon's at -3. And so my Landorus, I'm not like super sold on my calcs. I think if this crits, I'll probably die. But I'm finally gonna go for my Earthquake. I I don't really need Thunderous in this turn, so I'm going to go ahead and protect. No, I'll get Thunderous in. I don't need him in this turn, but I would like to have that pressure. Okay, his Groudon stays in again. I am 100% baffled. This guy just doesn't care. He's not worried. Sucker Punch into my... Okay. 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 Alright. Landorus makes it through the turn. That was scary. But because Landorus has a higher base speed than Groudon, maybe he thought I was Scarf. He must have thought I was Scarf because of all the U-turns. Earthquake picks up the K on the Kangaskhan. Groudon is at very low HP, but that's not too low HP. Fire Punch. Okay, so we've seen all the moves now. Fire Punch, Rock Slide, Precipice Blades, and Burn. That's fine. Not ideal, obviously, but also fine. I could have switched in Kyogre. No, I couldn't have because I Earthquaked. And now we see the last one of Xerneas, which is fine with some, like, in quotes, like, it's fine. It's not ideal. I think this is a situation where I want to sacrifice my Pokemon. Because my Thunderous doesn't carry a move to hit the Xerneas, we have to play this in a way that is safe. So the question here is, do I Thunder Wave or taunt the Xerneas? And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say this is a -3 Groudon. It might be -4 if I've counted wrong, but I believe it's -3. I'm just going to have to pray it doesn't crit, and I'm going to taunt the Xerneas. Because I think my Ferrothorn and Kyogre should be winning a matchup here because I can go Water Spout and he's really slow. Okay, so this should seal the game. We've got a Xerneas who can't Geomancy. We've got, and it has damage on it as well, with Ferrothorn at full in the back and Kyogre. And Earthquake did quite a bit, so that, I'm surprised it did that much. He must not have, like, great EVs. Okay, Moonblast coming out, gonna pick up the KO onto my Thunderous. And I think this should seal the deal. Because he's taunted, I don't know. I'm just gonna hope he doesn't have Focus Blast. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't really want to play the like. There's a chance that no, I mean there's not really a chance there. Like this is what I perceive as the safe move. I could be wrong. I'm doing Landorus switch to Kyogre and Gyro Ball because I don't want to do Protect Earthquake, have it be like a low roll, and then have him KO my Landorus. I don't really know. Anyway, good game, Marco. Sorry for those Precipice Blade misses. You can't win them all. I don't know. Good game. So yeah, I think because I talked for a bit at the beginning and because my dogs have made an appearance in this episode, we're going to end it here. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please go ahead and leave a thumbs up or subscribe. If you have suggestions, if you have things you want to see on the channel, I'm like super open to them. Please just like comments, you know what I'm saying. If you're interested in what I talked about earlier, if you want to hear more of like my thoughts on Pokemon and how the game is played and how to be consistent and how to win, go ahead and mention it in the comments because I'm still trying to like figure out how I want to do that. But yeah, other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.